All right, I'm reshooting this part of the video because the previous shooting that I did, it didn't come out very well. So I'm redoing this once again. Okay. Now, this part of the video will explain to you how is it possible that these scammers or these fraudulent businessmen, these con men, how is it that they are able to cheat others of millions, get people, report them to the police, but then they are able to do it once again without any problems? How is it that scammers and fraudsters keep coming to the Middle East and operating and are able to do this without any hassles? In this video, I will explain to you the loopholes that these fraudulent characters have. Now, it's very simple, okay? The first part. First is you need to set up an image. So what they do is they set up a nice website. Today, you can create a website very easily. You just have to go online and buy a domain name. It can be $50, $20, very easy. You can buy a domain name with anyname.com. Okay, you just purchase it, or you purchase it through some other, let's say, company online, and you manage to get a nice domain name. After you get a domain name, go to any of these freelance websites like Fiverr, Freelancer, Upwork. There are so many of these websites that have freelancers from India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. You get even youngsters who are willing to do this as low as $5 an hour. In fact, you can get a complete website done for even as low as $50, $50 to $100. They have ready-made templates. Okay, it's very easy. They'll get images from online websites. They'll get content copy-pasted from people who are doing more or less the same thing which you're doing. Put some nice images, put some nice content, create some nice tabs, copy-paste other people's template. And last but not the least, put nice recommendations. People who would say, oh, this company is great. Oh, this guy is so reputed. Oh, I've been dealing with it so many years. You can even pay people from $10 to $50 where they will speak very highly about you and your company, and you can get them globally or all around the world from these websites. Okay. In some cases, you even have these scammers or fraudsters, they have in their village, let's say Kerala or Andhra or UP or Sri Lanka or Bangladesh, they have youngsters whom they teach and train and tell them, you don't have to go anywhere, sit at home, and your only job is to create websites. Your only job is to manage these websites. Your only job is to take calls, which I'll reroute through you. So they are given a very good salary, very good package, and they don't have to go anywhere. They can work from home. The infrastructure is provided. So either they have freelancers or they have a dedicated website team, okay, and a call center. So this is the first part of the process. Domain name, website, okay, you're professional. After you've done that, the second step is to have a business license. For this, it's very simple. You have two choices. Either, number one, you create one from zero. You can go to RAC Free Zone, Ras Al Khaimah Free Zone, Ajman Free Zone, Sharjah Free Zone, Fujairah Free Zone. You can register a company as low as from $1,000 to $5,000. You can register a company. They'll give you a desk space. They'll give you a virtual office. Finish. It's done. Or you can find out anybody who's selling their business, a business that has been 5 years, 10 years, 20 years in existence, a very old trade license, or a company that everyone knows, the market knows, and this owner is selling because he's old or he's fed up or, he's not making profits. So he's willing to sell his trade license. So these guys will purchase this trade license and transfer the name to them. So people don't know this. The name is there and it's like a reputed company which has been 5 years or 10 years or 20 years in the market. Okay, so either a new trade license or an existing one. So this is the second part of the process. First one is website domain name and you look professional online. Second one is you have a company registered. Number three, then after that you go and go to a tower, any of these big towers, or go to Jumeirah, Business Bay, or go to Jumeirah Lake Towers, any of these posh areas, and purchase a office. Okay, rent out an office, pay 6 months, and put a nice signboard, put your company name, and buy very expensive looking furniture, or you can get even expensive looking furniture from Ajman, which is like 1/10 the actual price. Nowadays, you can get anything that looks fancy, made in China. You can get something really good. Okay, so you buy the office, the furniture, the laptops, or the computer stuff. Everything is there. So you're finished with it. Then you make sure that the telephone lines are in place. Okay, you have the office, you have the internet, you have the trade license, you have the website. Now comes the recruitment process. The recruitment process it doesn't take rocket science. What these guys do is they go to their village. They go to a place where they know people are desperate to come to the Middle East, or they go to a recruitment agency in India or Pakistan. And they ask these guys, who wants to come down to the UAE to make some money? In fact, in some cases, they have even taken actors and actresses who are desperate, who want a role at their promised big promises. You will be in Hollywood or Bollywood or whatever. And they're told you need to act, to play this part. And they are given a very attractive package, mind you. Huh? So this is one of the extreme cases. But in most of the cases, what they do is they get people who, youngsters, graduates are just coming out of college and they want to come to Dubai, they want to go in foreign country and all that stuff. So they employ these people either in sales or in call centers or, part of the operations of the company. The main guy, however, they should be a main guy. Remember this. They should always be a guy that represents the face of the company. So this main guy, normally they get someone who's very mature, who's mature looking at least, someone who's very trustworthy, someone who he knows his limitations. Now, let's say, for example, the guy normally is employed as a manager. This is the maximum he can get. He's in his 50s. He can only get a job as a manager. The maximum he can get is, let's say, $1,000 a month. After the interview, the guy will tell him, I think you have potential. You should be taken as a general manager. And $1,000, well, I'll give you $1,000 plus accommodation, plus food, plus I'll give you an assistant. So they give him an offer which they cannot refuse. Like, for example, me, when I was enticed by this company, which I told you does fake degrees. If you Google search on YouTube, I spoke about the company that, publishes fake degrees. The salary I asked that guy approximately, let's say $1,500. I think it was, how much? $5,000. I'd asked him $5,000. He offered me $5,000 plus a Range Rover, plus a 3-bedroom apartment, plus servants, plus, a complete computer setup, the latest state of the art. Plus he told me you don't need to report to work. You can work from home. So he gave me something that I couldn't refuse. I was like, wow, he's giving me plus he told me you will not be taken only as a manager. I'll give you the position as a director. For a guy in his 30s, where I'd asked for only $5,000, I was getting $5,000 plus a Range Rover, plus a 3-bedroom apartment, plus servants, plus all expenses paid, plus food, plus a computer setup, plus I don't need to report to work. I can work from home. I mean, it was like, wow. And plus a position as a director. So you can understand. It was like, it doesn't take rocket science to say that, wow, yes, I will accept it. So they give such people, especially the main guy, an offer they cannot refuse. In fact, in many cases, they even give them, let's say they give them a house. They purchase a house. They purchase a land. They give them interest-free loan. They help in, let's say, their daughter wants to get married in India. A daughter getting married is a very big responsibility. They undertake all these financial responsibilities and they say, we'll take care of everything. Okay? You just have to work and do as I say. So the guy is like more or less happy. And they don't tell them that we are doing anything illegal. They just say that you just have to do the operations. And they trust them so much that they are ready to sign on any document. Most of these guys, their only job is to sign. Because my job, I was also asked to sign many documents, the letterheads, which are blank, just sign on all of them and they will do the rest. So I was like, okay, I'll just sign. So what do I care? I mean, it's looking like a legit business. The company has amazing websites. The company is supposed to have all these branches. So you trust them. So now you have the recruitment process, the many salespeople, which I told you. You have salespeople who are desperate to come to UAE. You have girls who will be answering calls, and you have the main guy. Here's one more thing that they also incorporate. They give them training. The main guy is given training what to say and how to present himself. And the salespeople, all of them are given training in the particular area. Let's say, for example, they are moving into the laptop business, electronics, laptops and computers. They will teach and train them what to say, how to negotiate, and everything related to laptops and computers. Let's say they're moving into cement or building or construction. They will teach them what is to be said in the building construction industry. So whatever the jargon is, whatever the specialization is, training is provided to them before they actually come down to the Middle East. So presentation techniques, communication techniques, specialization techniques, everything is offered. Now, these guys are absolutely ready, the main guy and the team. Once they come down, after they are flown down, all of them are given visit visas. Mind you, visit visas. They are not given the actual visas, and they are told that the visas are under process. They are all given accommodation provided by the company. They are all given transportation provided by the company. I know this because I was working with some of these people. And they are picked and dropped at the same time. They're given food. So you don't have to worry about anything. You just have to get up and go to work and come back. And they are also given an incentive that if you sell X amount, this is your commission. If you sell beyond this, this is your commission. And the commissions that they offer are so attractive that you just feel like giving your heart and soul into working for this. So sometimes, like in this company, they said 3 months is the target. If you achieve month after month, you'll get these slabs. And if you achieve the overall target, you'll get, let's say, a car. You'll get something outlandish. And they actually honor their commitments. So these salespeople are really driven because they want to prove it. And when you get youngsters who want to prove themselves, they will do anything. Now, the next part is, once they land in UAE, okay, they're given a driver. They are allocated specific zones. Like you will target these zones, this particular area of the Dubai market, and these 5 companies. Okay. So each one is given a particular zone, a particular group of companies that he has to target. Now, initially, there is always breaking the ice. Let's say, for example, I'm going to one particular zone and I'm meeting these 5 people. Now, obviously, they don't know me. They don't know much about the company. Company is new. I give my visiting card, which is printed, okay, by the company. I give them my business card. And then I ask them an inquiry. I would like to purchase 5 laptops from you. So initially, they'll give me the price. So I'll negotiate. And then finally, I'll say, okay, fine, I'll buy it. So the guy sells me the laptops. After, let's say, 1 week, I come again and I say, I'd like to purchase not 5, this time 10. Can you give me a better price? So I purchase that and I give him cash again. And the cash is provided by the company. So I started off with 5 laptops, moved to 10, moved to 20, moved to 30. And very soon what happens is that relationship gets built up between the buyer and the seller. So he keeps selling these products and I keep buying and I keep giving him cash. And sometimes I give him my mix. I give him a PDC. I try to convince him, take a PDC from the company. In 30 days, you'll get the amount. You can charge me a little more and here's the remaining cash. So now what is happening is a relationship is being developed. And the owner of the company is very smart. He's keeping an eye on what is happening. Okay, every 2 days, he's buying something, he's paying cash. He's buying, he's paying cash, buying, he's paying cash. And now he's taking on credit, but he is also paying on time. So now the seller starts believing this buyer, starts believing me. Oh, Loy is a guy, he purchases, but he pays on time. And for the seller, he's earning his commission. His company is very happy that this guy is getting good sales and they can see the numbers growing. Now, everything is planned out. Everything is planned out. They know that this is the deadline. Let's say January, the process started of buying. They know by June is where they're going to purchase a really big amount. So from January till June, the process keeps taking place with the orders ever increasing in amounts. Okay. Then finally it comes to the part where when they feel that the relationship, that this guy really trusts the company or trusts the person, that is where a very big order is placed. That is where maybe the dummy guy, you remember the main guy who I told you, who represents the face of the company, he will have an appointment and he'll say, okay, I have purchased X amount from you from all these months. Okay. This time, I don't want to purchase, let's say 1,000 laptops. I want to purchase 10,000 laptops from you, 10,000. Okay. I'll give you a PDC and it will be honored in 1 month's time for sure. So the guy thinks about it. Okay. He has purchased so many times from me. He's going to purchase 10,000 laptops. He's giving me cash. Why not? He's giving me a PDC, but he's going to honor it. Where he's going to run away? His company is set up here. He has a nice office in Jumeirah Lake Towers or Business Bay. Where's he going to run? So because the relationship has been built, maybe the salesman took him out for a couple of drinks, maybe brought him to the office, maybe showed him the office with everyone working, so they believe it. So they sell 10,000 laptops. Now, mind you, what this guy doesn't know is this sale is happening with another 100 sellers at the same time. So 10,000 laptops with another 100 sellers. So it's nearly 1 million laptops. 1 million laptops all are being stored in my warehouse. Okay, so this is the buying process. Now comes the next part of the equation, that is the big date. Now, I told you from January the process started. I'm giving you an example, and June is supposed to be that big sale which they're going to have. So I have 1 million laptops. It can be laptops, it can be smartphones, it can be watches, it can be gaming devices, it can be holidays, goats, rice, wheat, sugar, clothes, garments, belts, anything. Okay. So I purchase all this. Mind you, I've given a PDC, post-dated check, just a paper with an amount on it. And I've taken these products. I keep it in my warehouse. Okay, I keep it in my warehouse. Now, as the process of buying and keeping in the warehouse, I had another team that contacted a different set of buyers. These were sellers. I purchased all of it and I kept it in my warehouse. Now, my team contacted a group of buyers who want to buy these laptops, who want to buy, let's say, they want to buy rice, wheat, sugar, garments, ties, belts, smartphones. They are active buyers. Now, the question is, why should they buy from me? Why should they buy? Because I will be giving them a price which is throwaway. To give an example, an iPhone which is selling for, let's say, $999 or $1,000. It's selling for $1,000. I put up online that I'm giving a special offer, or I send them an email, original iPhones with the certificate of authenticity, everything else. I'm giving you not for, which is costing $1,000. I will give it to you for $600. I'm giving you at a 40% discount. Why? Because I need cash badly. So a buyer, if he knows that he's getting the original, authentic product with a certificate to prove it, and he's getting a 40% off, and the market doesn't give any discount, do you think the person would say no? In some cases, let's say the Bose new headphones, the 700 series, which is costing, I'll tell you, which is costing around $400. The Bose headphone series, which is costing $400, both on Bose, is being sold online on certain websites, which is $400, is being sold for $200, $250. How is it possible that a brand new product is being sold for half the price with original, certificates to prove that this is authentic? This, it baffles people. But I'll tell you, the buyer doesn't care, because these are the buyers from Africa, from Sri Lanka, from Bangladesh, from US, from UK. They don't care. Australia, they're like, you're giving me an original product? No. You need cash? I'll give you cash. So in some cases, they give buy one, get one free. In some cases, they give buy this iPhone, I'll give you $200 worth of the AirPods for free. They give special offers. Buy one tie, I'll give you another 2 ties for free. Shirts, buy whatever shirt you buy, I'll give you one for every tie, every shirt that you buy, something for free. Okay. So they get an offer they cannot refuse. But the only condition is, I want cash. Down payment cash, that's it. You borrow, you do whatever, give me cash. So all the products come to the warehouse on that single day. Within a few days, or even sometimes in some cases within a few hours, all the products are sold. It's like I'm giving you buy one laptop, get one laptop for free. Who wouldn't want to buy that? Buy the brand new iPhone, buy it at 40% off. I have 10 pieces. Who wouldn't want to buy that? All business people, they are desperate for such deals. They will buy everything. So within a few hours or days, the whole warehouse is cleaned. After that, I clean up the warehouse, make sure that there is no evidence, not a shred, and I close the warehouse. Then I inform the management, okay, products are sold. Inform the manager. Now what they do is they inform all the salespeople, okay guys, your visa is going to be under, we are going to give you the work visa. So because you have a visit visa, go back home and we will send you the new visas and then you come back. So salespeople are very happy. They are given their salaries, they're given their commissions, and they're told, go back to your country, go back wherever you came from, and we will send you work visas. In some cases, they are told that this is your salary, we'll give you the bonus. We'll give you the bonus once you land there, we'll transfer to your account. So people are very happy. They go back home. Obviously, 3 months you didn't see your family, they go back home. All the salespeople, everyone, they go back individually or however. So they have gone back home. And now what you do is the office, you close it down. You either sell off the furniture or you just leave it, you just shut off. Okay. Next, what you do is the main guy who is supposed to be the main signatory. You tell him, okay, I have another project for you in some other part of India or Pakistan or Sri Lanka or Bangladesh, whatever. I want you to go there. So obviously the guy will be like, okay, wherever, you're paying me a good salary, you're giving me a good package, what do I care? I'll go to whichever place you want. So he also vanishes. So now they've closed the warehouse, they've closed the main office, they've closed all the operations. And now the only thing that is left is these wholesalers who sold you the product with the PDCs, their checks. On the due date, on the date that this check is going to be encashed, they go to the bank. When they present the check to the bank says, sorry, sir, there's no funds, the check is bounced. Now this guy is hey, how is it bounced? This is the first time his check is bounced. So immediately he calls up the phone. When he calls up the phone is dead. Nobody's picking up the phone. They try a couple of times. Now panic sets in. Then they go visit the office. The office, which was flashy, which they give them a VIP welcome and all that. They go to the office. Guess what? Nobody is there. Okay? Nobody's there in the office. And now panic sets in. Okay, I'm contacting these guys, nobody's there. I'm checking the office, nobody's there. One by one, they find out other suppliers are coming. And they realize, sheesh, we have been conned. So what did they do? Now they go to the police station. When they go to the police says, okay, you have the case, okay, give me all the details. Now, just imagine that these people were in Dubai. They are in Dubai, they register the complaint. When they register the complaint, they say, okay, get the trade license, whatever. The trade license, if it says that it is a company based in Ras Al Khaimah, which is another emirate, the police will normally say, listen, man, this is a company registered in Ras Al Khaimah. You need to go register in Ras Al Khaimah and get in touch with the Ras Al Khaimah police. The Dubai police, what does it care? You go to Ras Al Khaimah, which is a different emirate with a different rule. Ras Al Khaimah, you go register. Oh, okay, fine. But this check is issued in Dubai. You need to go to Dubai. So now you go to Dubai, and then somehow you find a connection to Ajman because your office was there in Ajman. They had a branch in Abu Dhabi. Another one, they had something in Alain. A different part of the Emirates, different complaints. So now you go everywhere. You register everywhere the complaint. And then finally you realize, sheesh, it's not going anywhere. So you make a court case. After you make a court case, an investigation has been conducted. And by the time all this happens, it's like the main guy, has already taken this money, is already creating another scam to operate. So by the time all this comes into fruition, 6 months have gone. And now where do you go? Who do you complain? Where do you find these salespeople? You can't find them. Where do you find the main guy? He's nowhere to be seen. Where do you find the company? Company is shut down. So who do you contact? Everyone knows who the main guy is, especially of the story that I've shared with you from Gulf News. They know who the main guy is. But where is the evidence that can come together? Especially when, for example, the company that I was working for, before I came to know that what they are doing, the guy had around 23 companies that I knew of, 23. In each of the 23 companies, he had one of his relatives working there, okay, from Kerala. And each one of them, they didn't know how to speak English. But because he paid them money, they were very happy. They would only sign. Every time he took a signature from them, he gave them money. And they were so happy, they just kept signing all the letterheads without anything written there. They were just busy signing because these people are from the village. So they gave them all the letterheads, everything, signed in advance, stamped in advance. So they become a legal document. You can type anything that you want. And whenever there was a need for them to be in the country, they would just fly them down and they would take them for a meeting. They would not do the talking. The other person would do the talking. So now when the business is put in someone else's name, where you have the power of attorney or understanding between each other, where you can take the cash and no questions are being asked. And then when the company shuts down and this guy is no longer in the country and they can't locate him, where he's in the vast, planet or the universe, who do you catch? So this is how these guys have been operating. It's very hard to capture them. One of the biggest reasons being, the biggest, is because UAE or the Middle East considers such a case, a complaint, not as a criminal offense. They consider this as a bounce check case. What is a bounce check case? You issued a check, you didn't have funds, so you just have to pay some amount of money as per Sharia law. Let's say you issued a check for 1 million, make a court case, it drags on for 6 months, 1 year. Finally, the owner can say, or if they catch the person, I don't have any money, I'm broke, I'm completely dead. So they'll reach an agreement. Okay, fine. As per Sharia law, you have taken 1 million, you don't have any money. So what to do? Okay, pay 10,000, finish, close the case. And in most cases, the people don't even go through this because you need to pay the lawyer, which is a huge amount of money. For every time you consult the lawyer, you have to pay maybe $5,000 or $1,000 or 5,000 dirhams, or minimum 500 dirhams to every time, because he's not doing it for charity. Then you need to pay the court. You need to be there at the court. You need to go to the court. So much of time, effort, and money is spent just on legal hassle. So many companies, they just don't feel it's worth it. And here's the biggest news flash: 99% of the cases who are involved in these fraudulent events, they never get their money back. They never ever get their money back. So you can have, it's like you already lost 1 million, and then you make a legal case, and then you have to pay another 250,000 just to have this legal case running. So you dig your grave even further. And in most of the cases, after they've lost their money, they've lost everything. They don't even have the means to, put a case on these people. So what do? So this is the actual process of how these fraudulent characters operate in the UAE and Middle East. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what are your thoughts, because I'm telling you, as we speak, it's happening right now. It's happening right now. These guys, even though they have been reported and spoken about, I've given a list of names of all the companies that are actually doing this. And more companies can be created. You can open up, one single individual can open more than 100 companies, no questions asked, no background check. I can open a company in 100 other people's names and have a memorandum of understanding between us. I can have legal documentation that indirectly proves that this company belongs to me, but I don't need to present it. Legally, it shows that it belongs to, let's say, some other guy, Ramu or Raju, and it seems that he's the owner. But I have the other documents to prove that Raju and Ramu's company actually belongs to me, but there's no way to prove it. So when you do not have a centralized system, you can take advantage of this loophole, and that is what these companies are doing. So my message to you is only, if you're dealing with any company, you don't have to believe a word I say. You're dealing with any company, make sure you take anything on cash. Like I always tell people, it's the great achievement is not getting a project. Many people tell me, oh, Loy, we got this project of Expo 2020. We have been confirmed as the vendors for this. That's not a big fucking deal. Anybody can be confirmed as a vendor. Anyone can be given a project. It's, do you get your cash in hand on time? Because when it comes to giving you the money, that is where if you take PDCs, you're fucked. Because if the company declares bankruptcy or is closed down or the owner runs away, you just have a PDC in your hand, a check, but there's no money. So my message to you is, any business dealings that you do, make sure it's cash. Take the money in hand, only then deliver the product or service. Otherwise, never ever get into it. Otherwise, you're going to get fucked. Now moving back to the video.